Okay, well, you know the routine. My beforehand is my
left hand,
and my afterhand is my
right hand,
okay. And there's how many letters in the alphabet?
26,
That's right, 26 letters. So what's the initial letter of the alphabet?
A,
And the final letter?
Z,
And what types of letters do we... Oh, sorry, the medial letters. What are the medial letters?
M, N, N.
That's right. Okay, so if there's 26 letters in the alphabet, they're made up of... Oh, you probably can't... Can you not see that very well? It's kind of light, huh?
Yeah.
Here's a big old marker. Okay, what types of letters do we have in an alphabet? There's two types.
Vowels and a consonant.
That's right. Okay, do you have your alphabet strip?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to take your beforehand and finger and put it on the A and your after finger and put it on the N, and then we're going to touch and name the letters of the alphabet strip, okay?
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
That's awesome. So I think you've been taught before, so this is kind of a review, but today we're talking about accents. And when something is accented, we know that it is, your mouth usually opens wider, right? And your voice gets louder. Sometimes your voice goes up, and sometimes you hold it longer, right? So with our alphabet strip, starting on letter A, I want you to accent every other letter. So it'll be A, B, C, D, E. Can you do that for me? Thank you.
A, B, C, D, E.
F, that's right. G,
G, H,
I,
J,
K,
L,
M,
N,
O, P,
P,
Q,
R,
S, T,
T,
U, V,
E,
W, X, Y, Z. Awesome. That was well done. Okay, so for our deck today, we're just doing one of them. We're going to do the alphabet deck. Let's see. Let me get something to prop it on. And we'll tilt that down. I want you to be able to see my mouth and the letter in case we need it. Okay, so go ahead and just name the letters as you see them.
S, E, combination E,
So it's E, consonant E.
E, E,
That's right.
then S, H,
Perfect.
O, W, I got P, H, I got C, K, I got T, C, H, I got N, G, L, A, constant E,
Perfect.
E,
Did you say T? You said T, right? Sometimes with the computer it's hard to hear.
I got T, H,
CH?
C,
Mhm.
I got B, E, J, H, R, Y, K, I got Q, U,
And this is a combination, isn't it? Because it makes, there's two sounds. I think so.
R,
Okay.
P, oh, turn from O.
Good.
D,
It's the combination again.
U, combination R, G, N, U, B, I, Z, E, paragraph, O, combination E.
Oh, consonant E.
Oh, consonant.
Yeah, line stands for a consonant that any word might have.
Like consonant E.
Right.
Um,
Good. We're going to do this last one because we're running out of time. What's this? Two letters.
Oh, A combination Y.
Yeah, or you just say combination AY. Combination AY. It's tricky because if it's an A consonant E, that consonant's in the middle, but when it's a combination, you say combination AY. They just sound so similar, it's easy to get them confused. All right, nicely done. Let me just put that aside. And I'll tilt that back up. Okay, so today's discovery, we've got 3 words I want you to repeat after me. The first one is collar.
Color.
Mustard.
Mustard.
Grammar.
Grammar.
Yes. Did you hear a sound that was alike in those 3 words? Maybe if you have a mirror, or you can look in the computer again and say collar, mustard, and grammar.
I don't have a mirror, but I have the screen.
Fabulous. What sound do you hear in those 3 words? It's the same. Collar, mustard, and grammar. Collar. Yes, you hear an Now here's another question. Was that sound in the accented position or the unaccented position? Collar. Mustard. This is my mouth. My mouth is going bigger, open wider, louder. Is it going bigger and louder on the or on the other position? Is it collar, mustard, grammar? So when I say is it accented or unaccented?
Accented.
The accent is actually on the syllable before. So watch this. Collar. So the part is not accented. Mustard. See, my mouth is smaller, right? When it's accented, your voice is louder, voice goes higher, and you hold it longer. Collar, mustard, grammar. You want to try that and feel it in your mouth? Collar, mustard, grammar. Yeah, so the is unaccented, okay? And you know the sound, don't you? You ever learned that before?
I don't remember.
We call it a bossy R. So my sound ship is a lot bigger than Kathy's. And the bossy R's are down here by the fish. And over here, you probably have a sound tray, right? A mouth tray, a tray with all the mouth pictures. So you have the bossy It kind of looks like that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is a sound we've heard before, but now here's the tricky part. I'm going to write these 3 words on the board, and I want you to see how they might look different than what you're used to. Okay. So let's see if I can get this aimed at my board. Okay. I've got my darker marker, so hopefully it'll show. Collar, C-O-L-L-A-R. Mustard, M-U-S-T-A-R-D. And grammar, G-R-A-M-M-A-R. Can you see them? All right. I have a lot of lights in this room, so it's reflecting funny. Okay, so with those 3 words, what do you see that's alike in those 3 words?
A-R.
Good noticing. How many letters are those?
What?
How many letters did you just name? Did you see?
2.
Right. And how many sounds? Collar. See how my mouth is going So it's not it's Collar. Mustard. You can't really see it unless you draw it out. It doesn't really show. But you might feel it when you're saying it. So normally we'd expect AR being like R, but it's not. It's kind of And so instead of an R or R, we have an sound. Still a combination because it makes two sounds in the same syllable that are blended together, and then something unexpected happens because it doesn't make the sound we think it should. The unaccented combination AR makes the unexpected sound of So that's an important thing to remember. As you notice, these are in the unaccented position, and we're not saying call R or call R. We're saying call Okay? So that's where it's kind of different than what we've learned. All right, we have a keyword to help us remember the AR. Oh, let me show you the card. So here's our card, AR, combination AR. All right, here's your keyword, though, to help you remember the sound that AR makes. This is a piece of paper, money, or a silver coin. The symbol for this is a capital S with 2 vertical lines through it. The currency is equal to 100 cents. So what's the key word?
Cents.
Okay, but it has an sound, and it's paper money. What do we call the paper money?
Dollar.
Ding, ding, ding. You're right, dollar. And notice how with this AR, because it's making an sound, if we draw kind of a squiggle line, that's called a, oh, I wrote it down. Didn't I write it down? Let me look at my book. I'm afraid I'm going to tell you the wrong thing. Tilde. It's called a tilde. See, it's a funny word, right? That little squiggle on the AR is a tilde. And that helps us know it makes an sound and not an R sound. Okay? All right, so now we get to write it in cursive. You should have a piece of paper from your workbook with an AR at the top. This is my, oops, probably can't see, but this is for me to practice writing on. I've got my lines. Okay, so when we're writing in AR in cursive, this is something you probably have done before. You're going to push, you can just watch first and then I'll have you trace and write. You're going to push up and over and then stop, trace back down, and then curve up, go out a bit, and then pull down and release. Did you even see that? That is so tiny looking to me. AR.
Okay.
Yeah, here, let's see if I can do it. Okay, so I'm going to curve under, over, stop, pull back down and close, and then you under, go up top, pull out a bit, and then drop. Okay? That's how we make a cursive AR. Why don't you take your finger and trace it on your paper, on that worksheet. You should have an AR you can trace. And I want you to go ahead and name it as you trace it. Can you say combination AR?
Yep. Combination AR.
Good. And then if you have a pencil, you can also name and trace.
Combination AR.
Good. So now I want you to go over to the side and name and make a copy. You should have a blank area next to it. So you can name and write combination AR.
Combination AR.
Okay, now you can go below and name and write one more copy.
Combination
Good. Good work. Do you want to show it to me? Show it to me on the camera so I can see your good writing.
It's not that good. I'm trying my best.
Oh, you know what? Cursive takes time. Oh, you know what? That looks really nice, Kate. I'm impressed. I can tell you took your time. Okay, so we're going to, let's see. What did I do with my, there it is. So we're going to review the name and sound. So the name of the grapheme is combination AR.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to give you the name of the grapheme and you're going to give me the keyword and sound. So I'll say combination AR, dollar, okay? Combination AR,
Dollar,
combination AR,
dollar,
combination AR,
dollar.
good. Now, normally, if this were a regular way to spell we would also practice doing that. But you know what? This is an irregular way to make the sound Typically, if you hear a word that has an sound, you spell it with an ER. So this is irregular, not normal, but you'll come across it when you're reading, okay? So we're just not going to practice spelling it this way. So the name of the grapheme is, what do we call it?
AR.
Good. And the keyword and sound are?
Dollar.
Fabulous. So, and we call this sound the bossy R. Bossy R. Okay. And we've got that up on our sound ship. Way up there where that fish is swimming. Okay. And we call it bossy R. Now, it's time for us to do some coding of our words. So I've got my keywords up here. Now, one of the things we're going to practice with coding today is actually dividing words, syllable division. So before we get to that, let's review the vowels, the vowel theme song. I noticed with Kathy, you guys don't really sing a song with us. You don't do anything kind of fun. With my other student, we usually kind of do a little dance to it. So I'm going to put it on the board and then I'm going to show you my dance, okay? So, vowel in a closed syllable is short, code it with a breathe. A vowel in an open accented syllable is long, code it with a macron. Vowel, consonant, E is silent, cross it out. Vowel is long, code it with a macron. And then we have vowel team, underline. Vowel controlled R, arc it. And final stable syllable, bracket. Is that kind of fun? It's just a way to remember all the little lines.
Kathy used to do that,
But you know it so well now that you just say it, huh?
yeah, I think she used to do this dance or something.
All right, well, good. I got to show you my dance, I guess. So let's review how we divide things into syllables. Notice all three of these words have 2 syllables. So here's our syllable division chart. The first step you do whenever you need to divide a word is to look to see if there's any suffixes or prefixes, if there's any final stable syllables, or if there's 2 base words put together. After you identify that, then you look to see if there's any vowel teams, like digraph AY or something. You also look for any vowel-controlled R's or vowel combinations, like we just learned, and any digraphs, stuff like that, okay? That's a silent E right there. So you want to look for those kinds of things because that'll make a difference for how you divide a word. And then you're going to mark it. Draw a line from one vowel to the next, and then above that line you can decide, is it vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel, because that's the most common pattern. And then you draw a line to divide it, and then you have to figure out where the accent goes. A lot of times it's on the first syllable. And then, of course, you code and read. So, I think there's space for all those charts. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this word, and we'll practice coding it, okay? I'm going to scoot you up. So, the word collar. Now, on your worksheet, I think you should have You should have a worksheet that has the word collar on it. It's written twice next to each other. There's 8 words. Kind of looks like this.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even use it. Yeah, I think it's on the back.
Yes, it should be on the back of your AR page.
Oh, this is back. This is.
So we'll practice these rules. Oh, and I forgot I had one more chart. It just shows, it just has, when we see the vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel pattern, we usually divide between the consonants and accent the first syllable. But the second most common way to divide a vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel pattern is to divide between the consonants and accent the second syllable. So that's why on your paper, your little worksheet like this, it's written twice so that we can practice coding it with an accent on the first syllable and one on the second syllable so we can find out what is correct. Okay, so with the word collar, do we see any suffixes or final stable syllables? No. Do we see any silent E's or, oh, we do see a vowel controlled R, don't we? A-R, so maybe we should draw a little arc under that. Okay. And step 3 says to draw a line between the 2 vowels. So here's the O, here's the A. I'm going to put a V. Oh, yeah, you can see this all right, huh? V, C, C, V. Okay, so the next step is to divide it between the consonants. And holding this laptop with my hand while writing with the other is tricky. Okay, so I've divided. Now I need to accent it. So is the accent going to be here with this silent, or will it be the reverse? Silent here, accented there. So you've got the word collar written on your page 2 times. We won't do it with collar necessarily, but we can do it with the other one, practicing it both ways. So we've got, if we divide it here, then that makes this a vowel and a closed syllable, and it's short. So we cut it with a breve. And then we have this combination AR, right? So let's try reading that with that accent right here. Call, okay. Or let's erase that and try it the other way around. Not accented, accented. Caller, caller, caller.
It's higher.
Yeah, if I put an accent here, then it's going to be caller. But do you remember learning that this is an unusual spelling for and so it's not accented? Is that kind of a fun little trick to remember? So I'm going to put the accent here, an accent there, and I'm going to say caller, caller. Does that sound better? Like the collar around a dog's neck, right? Okay, why don't you go on down to the word mustard, and let's do the same thing. Let's take a look. First step, mark any suffixes. Nope. Second step, mark any vowel teams or vowel controlled R's.
Okay.
And then draw a line from vowel to vowel.
Okay.
Okay. And then above that line, you can write vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel.
Vowel.
And now we have to figure out where the accent goes, right? Now, we remember the rule. Well, so on the left side of your page, put the accent on the first syllable. Okay? Like that. And then on the right side, you have the word mustard on both sides. So on the other side, draw the other way around. Make it so that it's not accented here, but it is accented there. And that way you can try saying it both ways and see which way sounds right. Does that make sense? Okay. And now we're going to code it. So you're going to code it on both sides. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, I totally skipped this step where we're supposed to divide it between the consonants. Step 5. Whoops.
Between.
Yeah. Okay. So now, if we have a vowel and a closed syllable, it's short, so we code it with a
Three.
perfect. And then if you have a combination AR, I think we learned about that tilde that looks like a little squiggle. I forgot to do that on collar. Okay. So do that to both sides, the left side and the right side, have them both coded. And then on the left side, you want an accent on the first syllable. Okay? And on the right side, you'll basically have the same word. You'll have mustard over here. Mustard. Whoops. And you're going to have the same markings. You're going to have vowel to vowel, vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. Okay, so left side, right side. Okay, so on the left side you have an accent on MUS, and on the right side you put the accent over here on the second syllable. So now we can say it both ways and see what sounds right. Is it going to be mustard, or is it going to be mustard? Mustard, or mustard. Mustard.
I think mustard.
So which one's accented, the first syllable or the second syllable?
What do you mean?
So I've got an accent right here on the first syllable and not accent on the second syllable. That's my left side of the paper. And over on the right side of the paper, you'd have it not accented here and accented on the second syllable. So which version, left or right, sounds correct?
I think the left.
Right, because that's where the accent lands on the first syllable. Mustard. All right, if you're getting it, if you think you've got it, will you do the next word on your own? And then maybe you can explain it to me.
I think I might need help.
Okay, well, let's take it step by step, and I'll help you whenever you say, what? So the third word on your page is Grammar, right?
Yeah, grammar.
Okay, so first step, are there any suffixes or final stable syllables? Okay,
No.
let's go to step number 2. Do you see any vowel digraphs? Vowel controlled R's.
Yeah, kind of
AR, good. Go ahead and arc it. Okay, now step 3, draw a line from one vowel to the next vowel. What are the vowels in that word?
A and A.
Good. That's right. So you draw a line between the two. And then go ahead and label it. Above the line, you can write vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. Right above.
Okay. Vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel.
That's right, because the M's are consonants and the A's are vowels, right?
Yep.
Okay, now draw a line in between your two consonants, breaking it in half.
Divide between the consonants.
And draw that line all the way down through the word too, not only between the C's that you marked, but also through the word underneath, okay? And then, because you have it on both sides, I want you to put an accent, on the left side, put an accent on the first syllable, okay?
Okay.
And then the word on the right side, I want you to put a little circle and then put the accent on the second syllable. Does that make sense? So you've got the left side of your page and the right side of the page. On the left, the first syllable is accented, and on the right, the second syllable is accented.
Yeah, okay.
All right, and then you finish coding the rest of the words. So a vowel and a closed syllable, and that first syllable, G-R-A-M, that's a closed syllable, that's short. So what do you code it with? Brave.
Brave.
That's right. And then the A-R, we're not quite, is it going to be pronounced R or is it going to be pronounced it's at the,
Her.
right, so you put a little tilde, one of those squiggle things. All right, so now you have to say the two words. The left side You have to, oh, well, show me, do you want to show me what you wrote and then I'll copy it up here on the board? Can you hold up your paper for me?
Yeah.
Oh, that is beautiful. You did a great job. Okay, so we've got our lines, vowel, control, consonant, consonant, vowel. We've got accent here, not accent there. Breathe. There we go. Okay, so on the left side, we're going to say grammar. And on the right side, you're going to say grammar.
I think grammar is the left.
That's right. You did it. You did it. Okay. Good work. Let's go on. And so that's one thing you're realizing is that this irregular way of spelling with the AR is not accented. It's the other syllable that would be accented. All right. Let me erase my board and then we're going to do another discovery. Okay, I've got three new words for you to say. Okay. So you want to watch my mouth as I say them and then repeat them, okay? Mentor.
Mentor.
Tractor.
Tractor.
And stubborn. Stubborn. Yep. And I have to apologize. I said the first word wrong. And that's probably a mistake I've been making all my life. I need a fix. The word is mentor.
Mentor.
Right. And then tractor.
Tractor.
And stubborn.
Stubborn.
Yep. So what did you hear that was alike in those three words? Mentor, tractor, stubborn. Sometimes it helps to look in the mirror. Good, good. And is it in the accented position or the unaccented position? Mentor or mentor, tractor, stubborn. So the is in the
kind of at the end.
It's at the end, right? So it's stubborn. Tractor. So is the unaccented or accented?
Accented?
When it's accented, my mouth is bigger, louder, higher. Stubborn. Tractor.
Oh, unaccented.
There you go. Sometimes I have to exaggerate it, right? Okay. And what part of your mouth is working when you say stubborn? That sound. Is it open or blocked?
Kind of open and kind of blocked.
Yes, it's both because you're making an right? Got the sound and then the sound. So is it voiced or unvoiced? Yes. And so it's actually both a vowel and a consonant because it's voiced and unvoiced. It's open and blocked. So this is also the bossy R. Over here on my ship, the bossy R. And bossy R can be spelled with an ER, an AR, or an OR. Okay? But, we haven't gotten to that spelling yet. Sometimes I jump ahead. Sorry. Okay. Oh yeah. So now I get to write the words on the board so you can see what's alike in these three words, okay? See what they have in common. There's my big marker. Mentor, MENTOR. Tractor, TRACTOR. And stubborn, STUBBORN.
O-R.
That's right, OR. And you're probably used to OR making a sound like or, in the word fork, or like worm, right? But now we've got kind of a different sound. Let's see. It's still a combination. Oh yeah, so you've got two letters and they make two sounds, but then something unexpected happens because it sounds a little different than you expect. And we call that a combination. Has Kathy taught you that? Two letters and the same syllable making two sounds and something unexpected happens. We call it a combination. And you?
I don't quite remember, but I think you did.
Okay, good. Good. So, it's a combination because it has those two sounds. Good. Unaccented combinations. The unaccented combination OR makes the unexpected sound of So, here's my card. Combination OR. We have a keyword to help us remember the sound. This is a person that you go to when you're feeling sick. They're a highly trained person. They're licensed to practice medicine. It's also
Doctor?
yes, that's right. Doctor. And notice it has that same squiggle, the tilde, right? Doctor with a tilde above to help us know it makes an sound. That bossy R. Okay. So when we're writing OR on the board, you should have a piece of paper with an OR on it that you're going to get to trace. But when you're writing an OR, maybe I can bring this forward instead of putting it on my board. Oh, these lids are hard to get off. So you swing under, over, stop, curve back around and close, and then pull out and drop to make an OR. Okay? Over, stop, pull out. Why don't you grab your paper where you have the OR, and with your finger, first trace it and say combination OR.
Combination. Wait, what?
Combination OR.
Combination. O-R.
Good. And then you can take your pencil and trace it and say combination OR.
Combination. O-R.
Good. And then you can go next to there, go over to the side and write and name it again. Combination OR.
Combination. O. Hold on.
And then go below and name and write an additional copy. Combination OR.
Combination. O. R.
Good. So I'm going to give you the name of the grapheme, combination OR, and I want you to give me the keyword and sound, okay? So combination OR.
Doctor.
Combination OR.
Doctor.
Combination OR.
Doctor.
Well done. So the name of this grapheme is?
Combination O-R.
Good. The keyword and sound are?
Doctor.
Right. Now I want you to go ahead and make one last copy of combination OR on your paper and say.
Whoops. Combination. O. R.
Good. And so on your sound chip, it's the same bossy R mouth that we've seen before, and now we already have AR and OR. A lot of times AR and OR make an or R sound, but in this case, they're irregular way of spelling Normally we'd spell with an ER, but today we learned about some unusual ways of spelling it, one with an OR and one with an AR. So let's go ahead and do some coding of these words, okay? The same sound, but spelled with an OR. And we'll follow the same rules. The same syllable division, and we've got our vowel chart too. Vowels and closed syllable short, code it with a breve. And we're gonna look for, all right, so first of all, let's take our first word. We're gonna look to see if there's any suffixes or final stable syllables. No, there's not. But let's look now to see if there's any vowel combinations or vowel controlled R's or digraphs or silent T's. What do we see? Oh, there we go. Vowel controlled R. And now I need to draw a line from my vowel to my vowel. I'm going to mark vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. I'm going to draw a line between my two consonants. Now I have to figure out my accent. So I'll start by accenting the first syllable and not accenting the second syllable. If I had my paper, I could do the same thing to the word next to it, but reverse the accent so I can try it out. And now I'm going to code it. Vowel and closed syllable short, code it with a breve. I've already arced my OR. So now I've got mentor, or if I wanted to switch the accents, I would say mentor, but that's not right. We know it's not mentor because this is an sound. Mentor. Okay, so we've got the accent here. There, not accented there. Why don't you go ahead and try. Do you want me to model for you one more and then you can do the last one like we did before?
Yeah.
All right, why don't we do this one together? Do you have your paper with the words on it? It's probably on the back there. Okay, you've got it? Good. So, first step, no problem. We don't have any suffixes or final stable syllables. Second step, I see a vowel controlled R. I'm going to arc it. I'm not sure yet how that's going to sound. Oh, I forgot up here I should put my tilde, so I knew it was a sound. Okay, so now I draw my line between my vowels. Vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. I divide it. Now, if you have it written twice, accent one, not accent the other. Here, I'll be like you. I'll go ahead and write it a second time so it looks like your paper. You want to mark them the same. Vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. Divide. Not accent, accent. So is it tractor? Oh, sorry, tractor or tractor? Tractor, right. So let's code the A and the vowel in a closed syllable short, code it with a breve. I've got my accent on the first syllable, and I better put a little tilde above that O so I know it's an sound. Very good. It looks like you're catching on to this, or it sounds like you are. Why don't you do the next word? And then you can show me what you did. In fact, if you want to sub-vocalize, like if you want to say what you're doing, that'd be great. Tell me the process you're going through, okay? Step one. Here, I'll pull the chart over. Okay. Step one tells us to look for any suffixes, final stable syllables, or combination words. Compound words. Nope. Okay, step two. Do you see any vowel digraphs?
Yeah.
Vowel combinations, consonant digraphs, silent E. Do you see one of those?
Yeah.
Okay. Number three. Do you see two vowels on your word that you can draw a line between? What are your two vowels? What vowels are you drawing a line between?
And O.
U and O. Good. Okay. Now, above that line, go ahead and label the letters. The U is a vowel, right?
B, vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel.
Fabulous. And where do you draw the line? Step 5. Where do you divide it?
Right between
Good.
the consonant.
And now we need it, because you have it on two sides, go ahead and put an accent in the first syllable on the left side and put an accent on the second syllable on the right side. And let's try saying that. See what it sounds like.
Okay, now.
All right. So read the left side to me. Put the accent on the first syllable for me.
Okay. Okay.
So I want to hear you say it. Put it with Go higher, louder on that first syllable. What does it sound like?
Doctor.
Okay. And okay. Oh, yes. Okay, excuse me. I didn't realize that your paper looked a little different than my paper. Good. So it's, if you're accenting, it's doctor, or is it doctor?
Doctor.
Doctor, right? So the first syllable, make it hard. Doctor. Doctor.
Doctor.
Yeah, you can even lift your body a little bit. Doctor.
Doctor.
Yeah, now try it the other way. Doctor.
Doctor.
Which one sounds correct? The first or the second one? The first syllable? Yeah. Okay. So put an accent on doctor. On the first syllable. So the one on the left, correct?
Uh-huh.
All right. There's something tricky. I want you to drop down to this number 7. There's a word there that might confuse you, and I'm going to put it on the board so we can talk about it real quick. M-I-R-R-O-R. Now, if we're following our rules for dividing into syllables, we don't have any suffixes or final stable syllables, right? So number 2, do we have any vowel-controlled R's?
Yeah.
Okay. So we put an arc under them, right? Now you're going to see there's actually 2 sets, IR and OR.
Oh.
Yeah. But look at what's kind of different about this word. There's another R right after it, after this one, right? IR and then another R. That R, maybe you remember it from this chart. You see how we have a vowel controlled R and then another R? What do they tell you to do with that second R?
Cross it out.
Yeah, we don't want that R in there confusing us. Let me see. Okay. But what it does is that second R, we say it unlocks the combination. Because there's that second R, we actually don't have a combination IR right there. The second R unlocks it. That's kind of strange. So let's see, we have vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. So instead of having mer, have you ever heard the word mer before?
No.
No. So, I'm sorry, I forgot to cross out my R like you did. So, what it's doing is it's making it not a combination, and now it's just a vowel and a closed syllable. So it gets a breve. So it's mirror, mirror. Isn't that interesting? There's one more word on this page, number 8. Terror. Now, if I put my combinations, right? Arc my combinations, and I divide, and mark vowel control, vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. So I notice ER and then another R. That R is going to unlock this combination. So it's not a combination R anymore. Now it's just a vowel and a closed syllable. So now it's just terror. Terror. It's not terror. We don't say terror, right? Terror. Terror. Okay? So I just wanted to point that out to you. Let's get moving though, because that is a lot of discussion about syllables and stuff. Okay, you can put those papers to the side. We're going to do our instant words now. I'm not really sure which instant words you're on, so I'm just going to give you the instant words I'd be on if I had taught you from the beginning. Here we go. So with instant words with the flashcards, I'm going to say it and then you echo it, and then I'll mix them up and you do it all by yourself, okay? Can you see okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Good.
Sentence.
Sentence.
Man.
Man.
Think.
Think.
Say.
Say.
Great.
Great.
Where.
Where.
Help.
Help.
Through.
Through.
Much.
Much.
Okay, good. So now they're kind of mixed up, and I want you to just say them on your own.
Thinks. Think. Great. Help. Much. Good. Man. Say. Word. Through.
Through. Nice. Some of those sight words will catch you, right? Before we move on, just as a closure, let's see if you can remind me, if you remember, the difference between a combination and a digraph. Combination with an arc or a digraph with a line under it. Do you know the difference, or shall I remind you?
You shall remain.
Good. Okay, so a digraph is when you have two letters next to each other, but they make one sound, like ch and sh and like the word through had a on it, right? But if it's a combination, you're going to have two letters making two sounds kind of at the same time. Like we just learned right? Doctor, doctor has a Is that, it's kind of hard to separate it, at least in that one. But there's the combination, right? And some other combinations, maybe A, I think is a combination, A-Y, A. So we are going to practice, now we're going to go on to sentences. And
Sarah?
yes.
How many more minutes are there?
That is a good question because I don't remember exactly when we started. Do you need to get going?
No, just curious.
Curious. I think we have, if it goes correctly, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 15 minutes. Shall we go fast? Let's try to go fast. Okay. It took a long time with all those syllables, huh? Okay. So with sentences, they all start with a capital letter, they end with a punctuation, and they contain a complete thought. So it's a group of words. In a sentence, when we code them, there's going to be a couple sight words. When you see a sight word in a sentence, you just circle it. The two sight words we'll have in the sentence we're going to code today was, W-A-S, and said, S-A-I-D. Okay. And when we're coding sentences, let's remember the same rules, like closed syllable, open accented syllable, final stable syllable. Okay, so, and putting an arc under combinations. Let's see. Let's have you look at sentence number 4, okay? And we're going to code and read sentence number 4 together, okay? Do you see it in front of you?
Yeah.
Okay, so that first word has a combination, right?
What?
Do you have the sentence number 4? It starts with the word when.
When?
Yep. So go ahead. How would you code when? Would you put it? You'd put an arc under WH. Maybe I should write this word on the board so we can do it together. If you want to get started with coding it without me, you may. I'll catch up in a second. I should be like Kathy and have these on my computer, huh? Okay, do you have that sentence? Have you done very much with coding it yet?
No, I didn't even start it.
All right. Well, let's take a look at this word. Do you see when? We've got combination WH and a vowel and a closed syllable short. Code it with a breve. When. And you're always going to code left to right, whether it's in a word or a sentence. Now, here's a vowel in an open accented syllable. It's long. How do you say it?
Code it with a macron.
That's right. How do you say the word?
I.
I. Perfect. Oh, and what's this word? Can we code that one?
We can circle
Bingo!
it.
Because it's a sight word or an instant word. What about this word?
At.
Yeah, it's a vowel in a closed syllable. It's short. Code it with a breve. Okay, what about our next word?
Lunch.
Okay, so what should we do? Do we see a vowel in a closed syllable? And then we have this digraph, CH, right? So we underline it. Lunch. What about the next word? You want to do the next word? What?
Short code with a breve.
Nice.
TH.
Perfect. And that's a hard TH, right? It's voice, so it's with. So you can put a line through it. Uh-oh, here's another sight word. I think I forgot to put this, Oh, wait. Yeah, have you learned to code Y's, right? When it makes an I sound?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, here's a word. It has 2 syllables. So this is where you get to practice dividing into syllables. So first rule, there's no suffixes, but there is a combination OR. I don't know if you can see what I did, but hopefully yours is similar. And maybe you can read the word for me once you have it coded.
Pastor.
Oh, I forgot to put a little squiggle above mine, a tilde. And the is not accented. So it's pastor, pastor.
Pastor.
Right. Okay, next word.
Short code with a breve.
Ooh, but it's not in a closed syllable. It's in an open accented syllable. See, there's no consonant after it. So code it with a macron. He.
He.
Mm-hmm. Next word.
Okay. Long code with a macron.
Good.
Short code with a breve.
Good.
Short code with a breve.
This word's tricky. What do you see?
EKLI.
Oh, my handwriting's a little messy. It's LIKE. Look at your paper. And you'll see you've got a vowel, consonant, silent E. So the vowel is long. Code it with a macron. What's the word?
Blank.
Good. And this last word is going to practice what we just learned, the irregular spelling of er. Can you divide that into 2 syllables?
Okay. Mustard.
Good. Read the whole sentence for me, okay?
When I was at lunch with my pastor,
Good.
he said he did not like mustard.
Nice. You did it. All right, turn to your rat page. Oh, so you just, sorry, I was going to ask you, what combinations were in that sentence?
What do you mean?
There were combinations that you put an arc under. Can you give me one of the words that had a combination?
I don't see. Oh, pastor.
Good. Pastor. You put an arc under the OR, right? Good work. Combination OR. All right. Let's go ahead and turn to your rat page. You have 55.3. And I'm going to set a timer so we don't spend too long on this, okay? And we'll just have to stop when it goes off.
Okay.
Good. So do you, in that first section, the first 4 lines, do you see anything those words have in common?
AR.
Good. It's the combination AR. Now, it's going to be pronounced R in these words. So repeat after me. Par.
Par.
Start.
Star.
Farm.
Farm.
Garb.
Garb.
And dart.
Dart.
Good. Will you read the rest of the lines on your own now?
Dart. Par. Grab.
Garb.
Garb. Start. Farm. 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 Garb. Start. Start. Farm. Dart. Par. Start. Farm.
Perfect. So you heard that combination AR making an R sound. In this next section, what do you see these words have in common?
AR again?
Yes, but notice these are 2-syllable words. So the AR is going to make an sound. So repeat after me. Vulgar.
Roller.
Collar.
Collar.
Beggar.
Beggar.
Nectar.
Nectar.
Poplar.
Poplar.
Okay, read the next 3 lines.
Collar. Nectar.
Vulgar.
Boulder. Poplar. Poplar.
Beggar. Yeah. Okay, do the next line. Beggar.
Beggar. Poplar. Nectar. Color.
Vulgar.
Boulder.
Good. Now, we don't have any more time to do the rest of the sections, Kate, so I would like you to practice those with your mom, okay? Those
Okay.
rat pages, that would be a good thing to practice with her so you can get used to the different sounds. All right, so in those instant words, we had the combination AR, but some made an R sound because it was a 1-syllable word, and some made an sound because it was in the second syllable. All right, we're going to now go on to spelling deck. Okay, so this is where you have a blank piece of paper, right?
Yeah.
All right, and we're only going to do a partial deck. I only have a few words for you to code. A few sounds for you to spell. And we're going to see if you can tell what these sounds have alike, okay? So do you have your pencil and paper? You ready?
Yep.
Good. I'm going to give myself a timer so we don't take too long. Okay, so, excuse me. You're going to look and listen at my mouth, okay? And then you're going to echo, and then you'll name and write it. And your mom's going to take a picture of this page when we're done, so I'm going to see how well you wrote, okay? Okay, your first sound is qu. Qu. Uh-huh.
You.
Good.
Okay. WH.
Mm-hmm.
A-R.
Right. A-R.
Okay.
Or.
Or. O-R.
Good. And here's a tricky one. Er. Er.
E-R.
Yes. Comma. There's one more combination that makes an sound. Like worm. Worm.
U-R.
O-R. O-R. Worm is the key word for O-R. Good. So the sounds I gave you today, did you notice what they all had in common?
Rainbow. U-R, H-R, R. Lots of.
Yeah, a lot of sounds. Actually, all of them were combinations. When you've got two letters making kind of two sounds in the same syllable and then something unexpected happens. Combinations. Ooh, and we ended that right on time. Let's go on to our phonemic awareness, okay? This is where you get your cookie tray with the sounds. So with phonemic awareness, you're going to look and listen, echo, look in a mirror, or in your case, I guess in the computer screen. I'm going to pull down mouth pictures and then name and replace them. I'm going to use a cookie tray also so that I can hold it closer to the screen with you. Before we do that, we should review our sound pictures though. I'm going to take you to my sound picture board so we can review the big chart with you, and you can look at yours also. So our first sound over here is lip puffer. B. Tongue tapper. T. D. Back kicker. G. Fat puff. Ch. J. Lip chiller. Tongue chiller. Thin stream. Z. Fat stream. Sh. And then we've got front nasal. Middle nasal. Back nasal. Thanks for saying them with me. We've got breezy air. Rounded air. That's a quiet one. Panting air. And gliding air. Yeah. And then we have that kicking air. And then we've got front curler. Side curler. We've got our vowels. Smiling vowel. E. I. A. I. U. Our open vowel. Ah. Rounded vowels. O, U, and U. And then our bossy R's, like we've been talking about today. And R and or. Okay, that's a lot of sounds. Can you do them all?
What do you mean?
I was just teasing. You don't have to do them all. I mean, let's go on to our phonemic awareness, where I'm going to give you some sounds, and you pull down the mouth pictures, and then we'll show them, okay? So I'm going to set a timer, though, because I take too long with that, too, if I'm not careful. Look, I've already lost my page. Here it is. So the first sounds I want you to make for me. Sh, d, I. You echo? Sh, d. Yeah, and look in your mouth, in your mirror. Sh, d, I. All right, let's do it. Show me yours, I'll show you mine.
Okay, not that.
So, fat stream. Shh. Shh. So, fat stream. And then D is a voice tongue tapper. And then the smiling vowel, I. All right, good. All right, let's put them back, and I'll give you another sound to try. Set of sounds. Ah, right, ready to show them? Ah, right, open mouth. Thin streams and bossy R. Nicely done. Okay, well, let's keep going. We're going to go on to show me with changes now. So it's the same idea. You're going to look, listen, echo, but then you're going to unblend, pull down mouth pictures, and then I'm going to give you a new one, and you have to make some changes, okay? So, you ready for this? Let me set my timer again. Show me rice.
Rice.
I. You ready?
Yeah.
So this is the side color. You have to. I forgot to be very careful with my sound. Rice. So it's not it's rice. I. So if this is rice, ice. Show me race. A. Oh, is that the same sound picture? It is. Okay, if this is race, ace, I want you to show me grace. Ace. G. What mouth picture do you use for g?
I don't know.
G. Should be a bat kicker. G. It's a voiced bat kicker. G. Ace. Okay, if this is grace, ace, show me great. A. T. So that one needs to be changed, doesn't it? What do we change it for? What goes in the final position now? What makes a t sound? A. T. There you go, the tongue tapper. Yeah. Okay, if this is great, eight. Show me gate. Eight. All right. What do we have to do to go from great to gate? What sound did I have to take away?
That one.
Yeah, the side curler, right? Good. And that was in the, which position was the Was it in the initial position or the final position or the medial position? Good. All right, now let's go on to our spelling practice. Okay, so I need your blank paper again, the one where you wrote all your sounds.
Sarah?
Yes.
Can I go to the bathroom?
With spelling, I'm going to give you a word. I want you to look and listen, and then you're going to echo it. And then we'll unblend like we did before and pull down mouth pictures. But then we're going to separate those mouth pictures so we can figure out what the base word is and what the suffix is, okay? Because these words have a suffix. And then we have to make a decision about how we're going to add that suffix. And then we'll touch and name the letters, and we'll spell and write, and then we're going to code it, okay? And I'll do it with you on the board. So, but you do have a piece of paper and a pencil, right? So you can write on the paper?
Yeah.
Good, because I'm going to need that. So our first word is skipping. Can you say it?
Skipping.
Good. Now let's try to unblend it. No. Okay. Okay, good. Let's get some mouth pictures to make that word, okay? Maybe I can do it here. I'll do it on my board so it's easier for you to see. You have a sound, the thin stream.
Yeah.
And then a k, back kicker.
Yeah.
And then you have a smiling vowel, I.
Check.
And then a p, lip puffer.
Yep.
And then a I, ng. All right. So what's our suffix in this word? Or what's my base word in this word? Maybe I should ask you what the base word is. Skipping. What's the base word? Skipping. So ing is my suffix. Ng. And my base word is skip. Do you like to skip?
Sometimes.
Yeah. When you skip, you are skipping, right? You're doing it at that time. So if this is our base word, let's first write out the base word, okay? Why don't you touch and name the letters for me?
S. G.
K.
K.
Mm-hmm.
I.
Mm-hmm.
P.
Perfect. Let's write it underneath, okay? S. K. And I don't know how good your cursive is, but if you need to write it in print, you may. So S-K-I-P. That's my base word. Skip.
Skipping.
Yeah, and I know my vowel suffix I-N-G. Oh dear, I think I forgot to prepare you properly. Let's see. Ugh. When we add a vowel suffix, do you remember this chart? When you have a base word, and if it ends with a vowel and a consonant, see, vowel and a consonant, accented, and then you add a vowel suffix, ing, what do? Do you know what that symbol means?
No.
That means we add another consonant. You double it. That's our doubling rule. So if I'm going to add ing, I need to put another P right here. Yeah, so that's a rule about adding suffixes that maybe you've forgotten or maybe you didn't go over as well. But if you have a base word that has a vowel and a consonant, a single vowel and a single consonant, before you add your vowel suffix, you need to double that consonant, okay? So, because we've got two P's now here, we can cross out the extra one, and then we have a vowel and a closed syllable that's short. Skip-ping. Okay? Do you want to go ahead and do that on your paper? Write that out?
Yes, sure do.
Okay.
Wait, are there two P's?
Yes, that's called the doubling rule. The word skip only has one P, but because I added this vowel suffix, ing, I needed to throw an extra P in. That's kind of like the words we coded today. We broke them into syllables, huh? In fact, I probably should mark that. This is accented, this is not accented. When you add a suffix, the base word is the one that's always accented. Skip-ing.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to erase mine, and we're going to do one more word together. I know this takes a while, but it sounds like this might be a good thing to review, okay? Stop. You put yours on a whiteboard? Can you write it on a piece of paper instead? Or leave it on the whiteboard and have your mom take a picture of the whiteboard before you erase it. Do you have space on your whiteboard for one more word?
Yeah.
Okay, so don't erase that one. Just go below it and let's write one more, okay? Sorry, I just...
I did it like a door shape, that kind of way.
That's fine. That is fine. I don't care what way it's shaped. I just need a picture of what you wrote so that your mom can take a picture for my class, okay? All right, our next word is clapper.
Clapper.
Right, clapper. O A P R.
Okay.
All right. Are these your mouth pictures? Sound?
Hold on.
Okay. You're a trooper to stick with me for so long. I'm trying to teach lots of things today, huh?
Mhm. Okay.
All right. So you have a sound, O, A, P, and then Remember the suffix means somebody who does. So somebody who claps, right? Clapper, one who does. So let's write our base word. Do you know the letters? Can you tell me the letters for the base word?
K.
You know what? I forgot to review this rule. My bad. If you have a k sound in front of a consonant, k sound in front of A, O, U, or a consonant, what letter is it?
C.
That's right. And then you put a K back on it. Okay. So C, and then what's the next letter?
P.
That's the word clap. C-L-A-P. Clap.
L. Actually. O. A. P.
Good. Now I have a vowel suffix I want to add. We have to make a decision. If we add a suffix, we have to ask ourselves what's in the base word. In this case, I've got a vowel, single vowel, and a single consonant.
Yeah.
And I'm adding a vowel suffix, so I need to double my... So I've got ER, my vowel suffix. I need to double this consonant. Put an extra P in there.
Okay.
All right. Now I can go ahead and divide it. Vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. And I've got ER is a combination. Base word is always accented. And the suffix is not, so it's clapper. Clapper.
Do we add one of those squiggles?
Oh, like we learned today, the tilde?
Yeah.
Because those are not normal, those are not the regular ways of spelling the sound, we're not doing that. We're not going to practice spelling like that. Because that can just confuse you. For spelling, just think ER is the most normal way to spell okay? It's the most usual way. Okay, so that's the spelling. We need to write a sentence now. So why don't you get your paper and your pencil. Like, don't erase that, remember? I want your mom to take a picture of the words you spelled.
Yeah.
But then on your piece of paper, let's write a sentence, okay? And the sentence is the last thing you have to do before I do a quick review and we're done. We really did take a long time, and I apologize. I hope you don't mind.
Will I at least put all my pictures back, but not erase the skipping?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. It's good to put things back in place. Nice and neat. Clean up after yourself, right?
Yep. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, with a sentence, I'm going to say it, you'll repeat it, I say it, and you repeat it. I should review for you the instant words that will be in the sentence. We've got the word was, W-A-S, the, T-H-E. Sentences always begin with a capital letter and end with punctuation. These sentences will have, the sentence I'm going to give you will have the derivative. We're going to add a suffix, a vowel suffix, okay? That rule we just talked about. Oh, sorry, one more sight word, of. Okay. All right, I think you can do this. Ready? The jogger was skipping at the end of his run.
The jogger was skipping at the end of his run.
The jogger was skipping at the end of his run.
The jogger was skipping at the end of his run.
Nice. Okay, write it out for me.
Whoops.
How's it coming? I'm totally blocking your sight words. I'm sorry. So many glares.
Done.
Oh, good. All right, I'm going to show you mine. Will you show me yours first?
Wrote on the paper.
That's fine. I can read. Okay. Oh, yeah, there we go. The jogger was skipping at the end of his run. Oh, you wrote running. Okay, because he was running, but it was just the word run. Let me show you some things on mine to help, okay? So we've got the sight word, the. The word I gave you was jogger, okay? So it actually starts with the letter J. J, ah. And then this is a person who does, so it has the suffix ER. Okay. Did you have a suffix ER on yours? One who, I know.
Oh, this is really hard to see on yours because it's coded a lot.
Okay, let me write it in print. There. So it's J-O. So the base word is jog, J-O-G. And it has the suffix ER because it's one who.
Okay.
So I had to double my consonant, okay? Yeah, that was that tricky rule I was teaching you. Jogger. The doubling rule. It's called the doubling rule.
It's a little squish because I had to squish it.
That's fine. All right, show me again. The jogger, good, was skipping. And notice you doubled the P on skipping at the end of his run. Why don't you take off that suffix ing because we don't need to. We're just talking about his run. He's not running. He went on a run. It's a noun. Okay. All right. Good work. Do you want to try coding it? Do you think you can put some breves above the vowels in a closed syllable? Maybe circle some sight words. Can you do that real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And we'll finish up with a quick review. Do you ever try to write your sentences in cursive, Kate? Because I know that is really hard to do.
Like,
Cursive? Yeah?
This is kind of hard. I'm probably thinking of trying to do it next semester when we do this.
Yeah. That's fine. Well, that's why you just practice.
Yeah, I think I forgot a few, but...
Jogger. You know what? That looks great. And do I see a period at the end of that sentence? I'm not sure. I see a capital letter.
No, you don't.
Oh, okay. Yep. Sentences end with punctuation. Perfect. That's great. Let's go ahead and do our review. Today, we learned some things. We learned about 2 new ways of reading sound. AR, like, whoops, dollar, and OR, like doctor, right, okay? But we don't usually have to spell them that way. Sometimes they'll show up, like if you're writing the word doctor, but that's an irregular way of spelling it, okay? Okay, and then we also, today, we did a lot of dividing, right? A lot of times you have to divide words that have a base word and a suffix. A base word is the simplest form of an English word. The suffix is a letter or letters added to the end of the base word, and it changes its form or usage. Do you know what we call a base word plus a suffix? I don't know if you can read it. Derivative. Derivative, yeah. So in that last sentence you wrote, there were a couple of derivatives. Did you notice? What words had derivatives? The word jogger, one who. So the suffix er means one who does something, like a runner or a jogger. It can also mean that which does something, like a rocker or I can't think of another one right now, but also means more than, like sweeter. The other one we had was skipping. The jogger was skipping, and that used the vowel suffix ing. That means you're doing it right now in the active. Okay? So when you add a vowel suffix, you have to pay attention to how the base word ends. If it has just a vowel and a consonant, then you have to double that consonant. All right.